because I'm pretty sure we talked about this on a few pods ago. But ASAP Twelvvy was on MacWop's podcast, and they asked him like,
And do y'all feel like y'all did some legendary shit up in for like the New York sound and shit like that?
Do I feel like we did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I feel like it's respected? Kinda, not really.
You don't feel like y'all shit is respected what y'all did to for New York?
Nah, not too much. Yeah.
and I was talking to Doms about this last night, and he brought up, he's like, how it's so funny how the whole Beast Coast movement of New York during that time period like doesn't really have any impact on today's scene in New York.
I mean, how could it? I feel like that's just like a small, not to diminish the Beast Coast movement, because I was a huge fan of like all of them, like Flatbush Zombies, the Underachievers,
Mob,
Pro Era, yeah, ASAP Mob,
like that whole New York movement during that time.
Who else?
Action Bronson was in there.
Yeah, Bronson was popping during that same time.
Like New York was the shit during that time.
A lot of shit going on. RP Capital Steez.
Yeah,
and I understand that. It's New York though. Like that is culture for the world.
mm-hmm.
So it's gonna evolve. It's gonna change.
Isn't it kind of crazy though to see how impactful ASAP Mob was to every other like region except their home state? Because I feel like I feel like ASAP Mob is influential and impactful in the culture, but maybe just not in New York's culture, which is kind of crazy, but not at the same time, because when ASAP first came out, the knock on them was that they didn't sound like New York artists.
I think that's the cool thing about them.
Yeah,
because like they was able to build their influence from things that was out. It made them stand out, was outside of their like norm. And I think how all of them was able to like do the fashion shit at the same time as that is a huge shift on culture. Because niggas was getting fly, but I think in the early 2010s is when style we started to
really get fresh.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, like
get more antique shopping.
No, I mean like the high fashion shit.
Oh yeah,
that's when it started to change in like 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like ASAP the Mob was like
part of that,
first ones to be doing that shit.
And he talked about in Hijack, he said, before I dropped Peso, y'all didn't even like Raph.
I mean, that shit, I think that shit is real. I think that's where the influence is
more so.
But as far as like the sound, I don't expect that kind of sound to like be groundbreaking, because it is just a culmination of like other regions, sounds, other cultures. So it's like they did other sounds well, and they told their story through them sounds, but it's not nothing completely new, or it's not the popular sound at the time.
Yeah, because like New York was still on the hippity hip hop.
I agree with him, but it's more like I don't know. I don't live in New York. I don't know what that vibe is like.
Yeah, I'm not from the boroughs.
Yeah, I can't even call it.
But it's like when I look at the New York rappers that are popping today, in the like mostly the younger ones, like you think about Cash Cobain and all the drill rappers, like none of them rap like Rocky or the Mob, or they don't have the same aesthetic or creativity.
But
when they present their music like the Mob.
I have a question.
What's up?
With them being so innovative, like you guys said, and how them not sounding like New York made them stand out and be different, don't you think that they kind of opened up a lane to where these Cash Cobains, all these different artists can exist in New York without being put in a Tim?
That's a good way to look at it. So
maybe they don't sound exactly like ASAP, but I think that might be the point of ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
So
you could be from New York and be on your own kind of energy,
literally,
whatever that is.
Because Nicki don't sound like anybody from New York.
Nicki Minaj?
Yeah.
Nah, she don't.
So I think that those pioneering artists that are from New York really, maybe their influence isn't like for like, but them existing from that same place, I think that is the bigger statement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't even think about it that
was
way.
Beautiful.
That was.
Yeah.
I'll drop a bomb for you if we had one.
Hey, man. I'm the fart, bro. I'm the fart.
That was great, man. That was great.